Hi guys, this is the Everyday Vegan here, and first of all, of course, Happy New Year! It's 2015, who would have thought I'm still doing this in 2015? So I have been vegan for almost 2 years now, isn't that crazy? I would have never thought, because as many of you know, or may not know, is I actually started the whole vegan thing as a challenge for 1 month. So this is what today's video is about as well. It's about a Veganary, apparently that's a thing. So vegan January, so trying something new, you know, New Year's resolutions and all that. And I thought I'll do a little video, and I made a list, and you guys know if I make a list, it's a serious video, about 10 tips that I have after 2 years of being vegan and doing lots of research and all that sort of stuff, of doing a successful month of being vegan without making it too difficult and all that. So without much further ado, I'm going to go to number 1. And they are in no particular order, of course. Number 1 is don't worry about supplements. So if you're only doing this for a month, or maybe looking at doing it longer, but starting with a month, you do not have to worry about supplements too much, because your body actually stores a lot of the stuff that you don't get as a vegan in your body for a long time. So vitamin B12, for example, is one of those things that people are always worried about and say, vegans can't get it because it's only in meat and all that sort of stuff. Don't worry about it. You've got about 3 to 5 years, depending on body type, in your body, so don't worry about supplements. By all means, if you want to take sort of an all-round vitamin, feel free to do that, but with all the fruit and veg you're going to eat anyway, you should be fairly okay. So if you're only doing this for a month, don't fret about supplements. Number 2. Don't fret about slipping up. It's okay to slip up. Imagine if you're stopping smoking. Your body will have cravings, and it's the same with stopping to eat meat or dairy. Your body will have cravings, and if you slip up and if you go and get a McDonald's, it's okay, as long as the overall month is still a vegan month. I mean, if you're slipping up every day 3 times, then probably you should stop your vegan month. But if you have a craving and you're gonna go and get a cheeseburger, that's okay. You're still doing something really well for the greater good, and of course your body. So don't sort of give up on day 2 because you've had a bite of your friend's burger because you forgot you're doing Veganary. Do not worry about that, as long as overall you're okay. Number 3, cookbooks, or cooking in general. You will have to cook. You will have to actually dust off those pots and pans and get in the kitchen and experiment. And this is exactly it. Please experiment. Don't go out and buy a really complicated vegan cookbook, because that can turn you off more than it can actually encourage you to cook. Because there's sometimes ingredients in there that I haven't even heard of, and I've been vegan for 2 years, and I don't think, you know, the title of my channel obviously gives it away, The Everyday Vegan. I don't think you have to cook with such complicated ingredients. Have a bit of fun, you know, pasta is very easy, make lots of sauces with pasta. It's also quite easy to eat bread and all that sort of stuff that you're used to. Just cook lots and lots of vegetables, cook with potatoes, cook with sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes is really good for you, so please experiment. Get a normal cookbook and just leave out the meat, you know, or supplement it with tofu if you really want to. Have a look around your local supermarkets as well. There is a lot of vegetarian stuff. Linda McCarthy, I can never remember. She does a lot of stuff that's meant for vegetarian, but is actually vegan friendly, as it says on the box. So if you're craving those comfort foods like sausage rolls or burgers or something, go crazy, go and get some of those stuff. Don't have it all the time, but for Veganary, of course, go crazy. Speaking of going shopping, don't get scared about reading labels. You'll often hear about vegetarians, vegans constantly having to read the labels because they're so scared that they accidentally get something. It gets easier over time. Of course, you're going to spend your first couple of shopping trips actually reading labels quite in depth, but you'll get used to the warning labels and the allergen labels, especially in the UK. So this is not an ongoing thing. Eventually, you go shopping, you know the products that you can have, you just fill your shopping trolley or off you go like you usually do. So please don't get scared. It does actually get a lot easier over time. Let's talk about general health. Why not make Veganary a general health month? So think about your calorie intake. You know, don't eat crisps all the time. Yes, as a vegan, you can eat chips and you can eat crisps and all that sort of stuff. That's great. But why not have a lot of fruit and vegetables for a change? Why not have your meals very regularly, like you should do? Don't skip breakfast. That's one of the biggest nutrition mistakes that people make. Have less alcohol than you have. I mean, you've probably all had a really exciting New Year's Eve, so just, you know, have a little bit less alcohol. Try and lower your sugar intake. Have agave syrup, that's a really good one, or any of those supplements, except obviously chemical sugars, which are just as bad as normal sugars. Try just leaving it out for a change. And of course, get outside, get running, get active, put all those great vitamins that you're putting into your body and the nutrients to good use, and get your body into shape. So don't just see this as Veganary, look at the deficiencies that you may have anyway. 60% of the UK have actually got a deficiency of vitamin D. So that's not something that just affects vegans or particularly specific diets. It's almost everybody in the UK, or a large majority of people have that deficiency. So look at it more as a general health month, and if you want to take supplements, please supplement the stuff that you wouldn't usually get, not just the stuff that you don't get because you're suddenly vegan. On that note of general health, please watch your weight and calorie intake. As a vegan, you will find that you can eat a ton of food, so much more than you've ever eaten, but the food will have less calories in it because it generally has a lot less fat in it. So please watch your calorie intake, make sure you get the same amount that you usually get. It's not difficult, it's just something you need to be aware of. And please watch your weight. Don't use this as a dietary trick or trying to lose weight that you've put on over Christmas. That's not the idea. It is a lifestyle, and it is a healthy lifestyle. So please watch your calorie intake and watch your weight, and don't lose too much. Most importantly, of course, read, research, and listen. Please educate yourself about veganism. And if nothing else comes of this month, at least you can have an intelligent conversation after, because you've identified a few things about veganism that you may not have known before. Please don't expect the world. People always say, I felt so much better. It's a new lifestyle. Oh my God, because I went vegan. It doesn't always happen. It didn't happen to me because my lifestyle was quite healthy before. I noticed a few things that I felt better about, and I noticed a few things that just didn't change. So don't expect the world. Don't expect to suddenly become Superman just because you're eating differently. Veganism does work. So, I mean, I've been vegan for 2 years. A friend of mine's been vegan for 14 years as of the 1st of January. So I guess he started in a similar fashion than you guys might be considering at the moment. Please don't listen to this propaganda of veganism as this magic diet of weight loss and suddenly getting healthy. As I said, there is a lot of deficiencies that you may have had eating a normal balanced diet that you're eating at the moment. Yeah, so as I said, research, listen, learn, watch videos on YouTube, watch those educational videos, watch about animal abuse. You know, if you want to do that, if you're doing it as a health thing, don't feel like you have to suddenly become educated about everything that veganism has to offer. So please educate yourself, have a great conversation after, and if nothing else comes of it, you've learned something. Now, this is one thing that's very close to my heart. Don't become a militant vegan. If you think veganism is great and it's good for you, amazing, but don't tell other people how they should live. It's a similar thing with religion. Great, you can believe in whatever you want to, but please don't try and tell other people what they should believe in too. It just creates more conflict than it doesn't. So please, if you want to become vegan, if you believe in it, if you think it's the lifestyle for you, amazing. Talk about it with people, that don't become militant. Don't sit at the lunch table and say, oh, you know, that chickens once had a really terrible life in a cage somewhere. That doesn't help anybody. It's just going to turn people against you, and you want to live in normal society. If somebody asks you why you're not, you know, chipping in on the cake, or why you're not, you know, having the ribs that someone's prepared, then say, you know what, I've made a lifestyle choice, I'm vegan now, blah, 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 but don't become militant. Please. And don't lecture others on what veganism should and shouldn't be just because you've been doing it for a month. Have an intelligent conversation, you know, talk to other vegans around you. You'll very soon find that you'll be part of a society, and people want to share and they want to learn and all that sort of stuff, but don't become a militant vegan. I can't say this enough. Thank you. And on the topic of militants, is that a word? Of becoming militant? Anyway, haters are gonna hate. They just will. Whatever you post on Facebook, as soon as you say, oh, I'm gonna try veganism for a month, you'll get 10 comments saying, but plants though, and, you know, people are, you know, they're meant to eat meat because lions ate meat and we're an animal and we're at the top of the food chain, blah, blah, blah. You get those arguments. It doesn't take a lot of intelligence or a lot of research to argue against veganism. It's all wrong, as you know, because otherwise people wouldn't be doing it, but you are gonna get that, and don't be discouraged by it. People are gonna tell you off for being vegan because they are threatened that their lifestyle might be wrong, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter why they do it. It just matters that they are doing it, and that you mustn't be discouraged by it. I get it all the time. If you ever are really interested in this, there's a really cool website called Vegan Sidekick. Look it up on Facebook. He constantly has arguments about it that he does not instigate. As soon as I look at some of the comments on my videos, I do get it. Every vegan blogger, vlogger, person on the internet always gets hate from people, and it's usually more comments against veganism than it is in support of veganism. So please do the vegan thing, even if it's just for a month, but don't be discouraged by haters. And last but not least, have fun. If it becomes a chore, you're doing something wrong. I've been doing this for 2 years. I love it. I never see it as a challenge. I never see it as a chore. I do actually enjoy it. It is actually super easy. If you don't believe me, watch some of my videos. There's a lot of good tips in there, and watch the other guys on YouTube doing videos about veganism. If it's becoming a chore, you're doing it wrong. You should have fun doing this. If you stick with it, amazing, thank you so much. Encourage the lifestyle and, you know, help us make the planet a better place to live. If you, after the month, decide, you know what, it's not really for me, I might try vegetarianism, or I'm just gonna go back to eating KFC, that's fine, no one's gonna hold it against you, but at least you've educated yourself, for which I myself am very grateful. And on that note, I'm gonna say goodbye. I wish you all an amazing 2015. It's gonna be lots of fun for me. I can't wait. I love when a new year starts. I'm lucky to be surrounded by amazing people, and I hope I see you lots and lots of my videos. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And good luck with Veganary if you do it, or Vegan January, whatever you want to call it. If you have any questions, just comment on this video, ask me, ask the other guys on YouTube that are doing this. Email me on theeverydayvegan@yahoo.com if you want to, if you've got any questions you don't want to make them public, or I'm on Twitter and I have a Facebook page, so please just get in touch if you have any questions. I'm happy to support you guys. I'm never going to lecture you because I hate when people do that, and I'm just going to encourage you to do it if you want to, because that's how I started 2 years ago. I wish you all the best. Happy 2015. Bye.